gonna fight fascism. But honestly, I just had so much on. You literally wouldn't believe it, I was gonna fight fascism. I was gonna, but I looked over at Jenny, and I don't think Jenny was fighting fascism, so I didn't either. I was gonna fight fascism. I was gonna fight.
Sounds funny, but I didn't realize that at the time. I didn't realize, but looking at it now, I was afraid, and that's why I didn't fight. I was gonna fight fascism. I was gonna, but it was too late. 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 It was too late.
Hello, we're back with Whoosh. This is Simon LeBon and Katy Krasner, and this is Whoosh 33. I used to cry, but now I think it's tight. You just heard the fabulous Soccer 96 with Alabaster DePlume, and I was gonna fight fascism, but I was a little bit tired. I love that.
I love that too.
Great track.
Welcome to Whoosh 33. It's Whoosh's Jesus year. Jesus.
Oh, baby Jesus.
Did you like?
He's hanging off my Christmas tree.
Is he? Did you put your tree up yet?
Nah. But
No.
we'll have a baby Jesus hanging off it.
Will you?
No, we won't. That's not
Oh.
what you do. That's not what Christians do, is it?
I don't know.
We're pagans in this house. We have a fairy on top of our Christmas tree.
Oh, but that's so pretty. But Jesus, I know 33 is your Jesus year because that's the year he passed away.
Oh.
So
Well, he didn't, did he? He didn't. He went upstairs.
He was killed.
He went upstairs.
Oh, he went upstairs, right?
Yeah.
And so this is our Jesus
it's like
episode.
going from the House of Commons to the House of Lords.
Did you watch the farting preacher that I sent to you last week?
No, because you had to log into something that wanted to know
What?
all my life's details.
It was YouTube.
No, it's for some reason I couldn't do it. It wanted me to sign away my life or something. So
Oh my God!
I thought, screw that, darling.
Darling, you will never ever laugh as hard as you will with that. So I'll find another method.
Yeah, okay, find another thing. I might.
So I want to talk about I was going to fight fascism.
Yes, let's
talk about it. So Soccer 96 is from London, and they were, mostly known as sort of a fun band, an electronic duo that made music that was an instantaneous celebration.
Yeah.
But on this track, they're joined by Alabaster DePlume. I like that name. Whose real name is Gus Fairbairn, and he's a saxophonist, a singer, and a poet, also from London.
Yes.
Were you going to say something?
I was going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Is he the guy who wrote the lyric?
He did, and this is what it says in a review I found. Alabaster's lyric carries the voice of a disaffected generation. Responding in the moment, his vocal performance provides an acerbic and sardonic take on all the hypocrisies of the leftist ideal against the backdrop of mass consumerism, manipulation of the media, and the rise of fascism across Europe. Wow.
Right. You lost me a long time ago.
I know, me too.
I just think it's a very witty, and it does all that guy said in big words, but it just says what people are like.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily aimed at the left, though. That's just I think that's somebody being
one
a little
person
bit over political.
Yes, well, isn't everybody these days?
I was going to fight fascism, but I didn't want to be rude. It's like that. People are like that.
They are.
They have the best intentions, but somehow it never comes to fruition.
The best intention of mice and men.
I was going to finish that lyric, but I just, I wanted to go out for dinner instead.
How was your week? Are you still in lockdown?
Same as last week.
Same
old, same old. Yeah, same old.
When did your lockdown get lifted up?
Tomorrow.
Are you going to go out and party?
I'm actually going to go, not going to go out and partay, as, not technically a partay. I'm going to go out and get absolutely wankered.
Good. Are you going to go
I'm going to go to a friend. We're allowed to. It's totally allowed to because it's a meal.
Yeah.
But it's in they have very fancy wine.
Lovely. Do you prepare to get wankered when you know you're going to go out and drink a lot? Do you bulk up?
No, I just put clothes that I don't mind being sick on.
Oh, smart. Always, you know what? You're always
practical.
Always thinking, always practical. Yeah. Let's listen to the next
clothes
song.
That I don't mind falling over in. No, I'm kidding.
Falling over.
I'm making it sound much worse than it is.
No, I've never really seen you ultra drunk. You've seen me ultra drunk way more than I've seen you.
Really?
You can hold it. You get quiet when you're drunk. I get wild. I get wild.
Wild Thing, Katy Krasner.
That's why I don't drink.
Right. Fair enough.
The next track is by an artist called New Dad, which I think is so cute. And the song is called Blue, and they're an alternative rock band from the west coast of Ireland. Yeah. So they go into your Ireland
my Irish
group.
Pocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
And none of them are actually dads. and so I like that they're called New Dad. So let's listen to it.
Okay, here it comes. This is Blue.
out to know if it's okay to go home. Somebody's worrying, say should we let mother know? Here comes the pain in his head, like she's waiting, ashing a lit cigarette while he's shaking. Oh, but maybe with some time she'll realize that he's gotta find it out. And you know the kids will be alright. Let the kids do out now, give them a chance to find themselves. Now they're gonna show you how. They're gonna show you how to not be so proud. Rosie's got a scene now, and it's just a place she'd rather be. People trying to place her down, all little face and cheeks won't grow than that these days. She don't give a damn what they say. You best leave it. She doing fine anyway. They'll see it. Oh, things ain't always right now, but God knows she's trying. Well, they hide behind it all. So trust it, the kids will be alright. The kids come out now, give them a chance to find themselves. Now they're gonna show you how. They're gonna show you how to not be so beautiful like they say. It's ambition, but they haven't lost what it means to just listen. Whoa, whoa. Give a little silence, maybe just try it out. Hear what they're crying out. Say, the kids will be alright.
That was Busty and the Bass with Kids. That's a fun time song, isn't it?
I like that. That put me in a good mood. So tell me, we both heard different artists a little bit in this song.
I know what I heard. I really heard a bit of. I had a bit of Elton John, a bit of dun 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 dun, Benny and the Jets.
I think you're more spot on than me, but I was telling Simon during the break that I listened to this song a few times last night, and I heard a little Wings.
A little Wings, Benny and the Jets.
A little Wings.
Which wing did you hear?
Just the whole, like, starting with the piano and then building, and it's I don't know, nothing in particular. I also heard a little Jamie Cullum, so I don't know, I was all over the place.
Right, you definitely were.
I was.
What's your favorite Wings song?
Well, this is an oddly personal question, which you probably wouldn't have known, but it would have to be Silly Love Songs. Just
really?
Well, it's
Really?
it's personal. And I have a very strong sense memory of that song. So it brings me right back. But as far as like, I love Live and Let Die. I love Wings a lot. I love Live and Let Die. I love Mull of Kintyre.
Okay, that's enough. The reason I asked Katy is because I know she's a massive fan of Paul McCartney. You see, you didn't know that, but
Massive.
I did. She's massive, massive. So before you go through every Wings song there is, which you're very, very, very likely to do, I just want to say my favorite is "Let Me Roll It to Ya."
I like that too.
That's my favorite.
I like everything, Paul.
He played that when I saw him at the Apollo.
And I was with you.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? What a show.
Mm-hmm.
What an after party.
Oh, and you introduced me to Paul, and he smooched me on both
He
cheeks.
did. And he said, I had my big fat beard, and he said to me, he said, Simon, you look just like I did. You look just like me. That's
That was
my
Paul.
terrible impersonation of Paul.
I think that was
Simon, you look just like me.
I think that was a very good Paul
No, I don't know about that.
impersonation.
Anyway, let's talk about Busty and the Bees.
They're a Canadian octet. Is that right?
Yeah.
Octet. Yeah.
Octet.
And
There's 8 of them.
8 of them, yep. And they released they just released a mini documentary that highlights the band's commitment to music education because they met while studying in a jazz program at Montreal's McGill University, which is actually a really good school. And I wanted to know how they got their name, so I dug a
One
little
of them's got
deep.
enormous boobs.
No, according to the
No?
vocalist,
How
no.
disappointing.
I'm sorry. According to Nick Ferraro, the band's
I don't think we
name's
can use this.
Yes, I'm sure we could. Big boobs. It makes sense. Busty and the Bass. The name came up during their first week of playing together, sort of as just like a joke, and then it's stuck. It just stuck. And they said they enjoy the irony of a collective having a mystery front person because there really is no one that's Busty.
Yeah,
Is that upsetting to you?
I
that
can't
there's
say
no one?
I can't say that I'm not disappointed. But anyway, let's move on before I
Yeah.
before I
Can
say
we
something embarrassing.
Oh, okay.
Like that. I thought it's a really great track.
I do
And
too.
regardless of the physical endowment of the band.
Shall we take a question?
Yes, before I say something embarrassing like
Before
I just
you get
said.
suspended. Okay. If you have a
Oh,
question for
suspenders, yeah, love them.
I was just suspended from Twitter for 6 days.
What did you say?
I'm not repeating it.
I bet. Okay, don't. Fine.
I was in Twitter jail. So
yeah.
if you have a question for Whoosh Radio, please send it to Whoosh Radio, WHOOOSHRADIO @gmail.com. You can ask us anything. It doesn't even have to be about Duran Duran or Simon. You can ask anything. So please send us a question. So someone named Ricardo says that he would love to hear about the whole Unplugged experience that you guys did. MTV Unplugged, I think in 1994.
Sorry, mate, you're asking about 26 years too late.
You don't remember anything?
Not really, no. All I remember was that that we would use that they'd had Nirvana in the day before, and they were clearing because I think Nirvana had loads of candles on the set, and they were clearing away the candles. That's all I can remember. And we had a small orchestra with us. But it's just work, and it kind of goes down in your memory as another day of working. So I don't have a lot to remember about it. Sorry, I hate to disappoint you, Ricardo. Got any more interesting questions for me?
Well, I'm going to give you an interesting bit of trivia.
Go on then.
Do you know who was there at your MTV Unplugged taping? Me.
Yes, I was going to say you.
Yeah, with my best buddy Jeff. You know Jeff.
All right, Jeff. Yeah.
And I think I had one interview with Left Bank, and they were opening a New York office, so a bunch of them were in New York.
Right.
So they gave me tickets, and I was seated directly behind. So the whole time you're watching
directly
the show,
behind what?
You guys. So behind the stage, although you were in the round, really.
Right. Yeah.
You can see my big hair if you look closely
I will be. So Ricciardo, if you want to sorry, I wasn't taking the piss out of your name.
No, you said that lovely.
Ricardo, if you just look at the screen, look for a big Jufro. behind the band. Am I allowed to say that?
A Q-tip. Yeah, sure. It was pretty bad. It was bad.
It was wonderful.
It was big.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but like when the lights would go on, you just saw this big puff of hair, and that was me.
Yeah.
Yay, me. Let's have another question. Dear Katy and Simon, I have seen a video of Simon appearing on Hungarian television on a show called Three Wishes. I want to ask Simon, what was your impression of the country? And my question for Katy is, what was your most memorable Duran Duran live experience? Which I think I actually answered like 2 weeks ago. Thank you guys for your hard work every week. Best wishes, Susie Arcana.
I had the best time in Hungary. I mean, I really.
Did you?
And you know the two cities, Buda and Pest, separated by a river. We went to Buda and we had a good time, and we went to Pest and we had a good time.
That's not true, is it?
It's true. I had a good time
I'll
on both sides
believe
of the
you.
river. It's true.
Oh.
It's true. It's true. It really is true. It's just two towns. One side is called they're separated by a river. One side is Buda and the other is Pest. And I got pished in Pest, and we had a great time. But of course, you know, in the back of my mind, the entire time, I was just having a silent giggle at the idea that somebody might ask me if we were going to sing "Hungary Like the Wolf."
Right. And what did you say? Or they didn't ask?
No, because it was all in the back of my head.
Oh, okay. Have you ever made that joke in Hungary?
No.
Is anybody
you know what?
hungry?
I tried it out. Is anybody Hungarian? Yes. Of course. Don't be silly. This is getting silly.
This is. Let's listen to more music. What do we got next? What do we got
I love
next,
this.
Mr. DJ?
Top. This is a top kind of, this is sort of where reggae is going a little bit at the moment. I found this track on a compilation album, and the compilation album is hilarious. It's called hang on. It's called, the compilation album is called Puffer's Choice. And I went back, and this is Puffer's Choice 3. And it's all about, I reckon that Puffer is, it's Scotch Bonnet Records. So they've got like this is very Caribbean, because Scotch Bonnet, they're supposed to be some of the hottest chili peppers in the world. And it's it's a Caribbean thing. And it's mostly reggae tracks that are on these compilations, and they've all got these kind of Scottish themes, like blokes in traditional Scottish gear and tartan everywhere. And there's some bloke with a pipe when he's smoking that stuff that they smoke in the Caribbean, I reckon. And that's why it's just very funny. Anyway, this is off the third compilation, which obviously is called Puffer's Choice Volume 3. It's a track called, I think it's called Bubs. It's not BBS, it's Bubs. I don't know what Bubs means. It's by Shokryme, featuring RTKL, or RTKL. No, I think it's RTKL. And it's just out there. It's kind of slightly rude, I think, as well. But I don't speak Creole, so I can't. I'm pleading ignorance on this one. So check it out, guys. Here on Whoosh, you're gonna hear Bubs from Shokryme and Katy. Oh, sorry. Look, it's not that funny when I get things wrong. It's not half as funny as when you do.
It's not half as often either.
I'm gonna take a second run at that.
Do that.
This is Bubs by Shokryme and RTKL.
More is that? One more is that? 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 more is that, one more is that, more is that, one more is that, more is that, one more is that. Say so, one more is that, more is that, one more is that, more is that, one more is that, one more. Highest grades, sweet, Shanghai grapes, 3 hounds and an offer me travel with. No look on like a plate. Blueberry Hill Grand back on me stand and no look on fires bait. Kush bring up on them iron state, iron gate of the iron gate. Watch you play, me na bun bush, me na bun bush. Piece of the lemon, piece of the days in a pan, double decker, give me that push. Train track shift when grab a start, kick up in a head, my kissy and foot. High tall get kiffy and hook. Steam chalice and boost your structure, in the can puke. Jump off of me bed, high grades prefer roll. Real grade sweet so in a roll. Green weed crash and say, me cool. Weed out a gong like city pole. Smoke black lungs like city toll. All of me hide them see the goal. Tall people turn mini troll. 8 Twizzler rap till funny fool. Biggest bumbo class play for the 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 biggest bumbo class play. Biggest bumbo class play for the 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 biggest bumbo class play.
Biggest bomber class play for the 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 pip to my eye them red. Pass and the Simon said. Some there by cloud 99. Done them gone past 9 or 10. But them a bling like the diamond them. Busty must like the island man. I grade come from the island man. Herb on herb, them a pile of man. See them a try style it. Them bush river dash way get a tile it. If you want cut for your in you have to boil it. Tied up a liquid in a private. Split so big the wrist of my rip. Colorado weed from a white chick. And you know what it is when the thing lit. This one I slap and a fly kick. Me na bun dead weed. Who them I try trick when I say it to the bomb thing. And the ISIS smoke weed, eat it and I get itis. Bad mind them want push the prices. All them a buzz green at the high vis. Any women did the gal and the vibes is. Wisdom green word to the wisest. 2 wet cherries with a black iris. Say when we wanna, marijuana, I'm a wifey. High let the high five when I fly by, let the Wi-Fi, get a high five, get high let the I now, if it take time, bye. Biggest bomber class play for the 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 biggest bomber class play for the
biggest bumbo class play for the biggest bumbo class play for the biggest bumbo class play for the biggest bumbo class play for the biggest bumbo class play. Biggest bumbo class play for the 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 biggest bumbo class play. For the biggest bomber class play 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 for the
That was Lovely Summer Chan and the song Ah, one of my very favorites this week.
Yes.
Another incredible segue from Simon between Bibs and Ah. I like saying Bibs and
I
Ah.
love it. Life gets so simple. As you get older, they're the only things we can only handle single syllable songs.
Singles, yes. And
Single
this was
syllable songs.
this was
Bibs.
perfect.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And Lovely Summer Chan was a pickle to untangle, but I did find some information about her. It
Oh,
is
yeah.
this it is the pseudonym of singer-songwriter. Here we go.
Go on.
Aka
Yes.
Imaizumi. I think I got it right. Aka
Imaizumi.
Imaizumi. Yeah.
Imaizumi.
And she began creating music at home and releasing it online in the summer of 2013.
Wow.
Her work began getting attention primarily via SoundCloud, leading her to a major debut in 2016. And her website, I love this, her website describes her as a cute, gentle, and energetic rock and roll girl.
I
So-
think she's just absolutely top and fantastic.
She is, and she's cute to look at too. So we hope we hear more from you.
Yeah.
Lovely Summer Chan. She was, of course, supposed to tour this summer and could not, like most everyone else. I do want to say that every song so far that we've listened to so far is from 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have by the time we get to track 7, that will change, but we're not there yet. We're still at track 5.
No, we're not.
So we talked earlier in the program about a tree. You're totally dark now, and you know this upsets me, by the way. I'm just letting you know that I can't see you at all. You can hear from Simon's silence that he doesn't
I'm just looking for pictures of Lovely Summer Chan.
She's cute. She's cute, right?
Cutie.
She's adorable.
You want to put her in your rucksack and take her home with you
in a pocket, yeah.
Yeah.
When are you putting up your tree? Your Christmas tree?
Well, funny enough, we went to a Christmas Emporium store today, and we kind of need a new fairy for the top of our Christmas tree, and all they had were these fairies that looked like they're off Disney movies, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that with these stupidly painted eyes with makeup on, and that's not what I want. I want an old-fashioned, like pagan fairy. We've got a very, very old one on our tree at the moment. I mean, somebody said she looks like the mother of baby Jesus, but that's what somebody said. But I think she looks more like the white goddess, which is a deity who predates Christianity. The white goddess was a pagan deity who was worshipped all over the world before Christianity.
Do you have a real tree, or you still have that white? I remember you had a white tree one year,
which we always put up, but we also have we'll get 2 real trees. So you put one big one in the back.
Do you cut them?
And then we put a small one on a table in the front window.
I just sent you a text. Do you have your phone in front of you?
Tell me, because you don't.
Because I sent you a photo, even though I can't see.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Katy's just
see my jam.
Katy just sent me a photograph of her Christmas jam. Oh my goodness!
Jews who love Christmas.
Look at that.
It's not sweet. One half is Hanukkah and one half is Christmas. I love Christmas.
And one's a bit
sort
of Democrat as well. One side I noticed. That's the
blue is a Hanukkah color. Yes, but that's cute, right? So I do Hanukkah and Christmas. I love Christmas. I have to remind my children all month long they're Jewish because they always say, for Christmas, can I have for Christmas? But it's an ecumenical holiday, I think, now.
This is a very big word for this radio show.
Doesn't mean everybody can. I know. Doesn't mean everyone can celebrate it.
I don't know. I just said I don't know what ecumenical means. So
I'll Google it. Ecumenical, representing. Oh, God. I was completely using that word wrong. So let's not do that again.
What you meant is it's inclusive.
Yes. I love Christmas. I love Christmas trees. I love lights. I love everything.
I love the best thing about Christmas is it goes on for 12 days.
It seems to go on forever.
So what we do, we keep, you have to keep the tree up. You can't take the tree down, or you can, but you mustn't have it up after the 5th of January. That's the night you take. That is 12th night. So you count 12 days of Christmas, not including Christmas Eve, because that's the eve of Christmas. And this is the way that they used to celebrate Christmas in Great Britain in the 15th and 16th and 17th centuries. It was a feast that went on for 12 days, and that's why I think it was in the 1636 or between 1636 and 1640, Christmas was actually cancelled by the government. Why? The Puritans tried to cancel Christmas because they thought people were having too much fun, and it would lead to sort of idolatrous, popish behavior. Because because the Puritans were the kind of extreme anti-Catholics in this country. Yeah. And Oliver Cromwell, who saw to it that the king's head was chopped off, Charles I lost his head. And you had this period of time where there was no monarch on the throne. It's called the interregnum. And during that time, they did actually try to cancel Christmas. I don't know. They tried, but they failed.
Why do you know so much about so many things?
It's history. It's history.
I don't know anything about American history. Whatever.
Really?
No.
Well, you used to be a sensible country ruled by the King and Queen of England, and then we broke off and went independent. And look what fucking happened.
Yeah, look where we are now. Well, we're in a better place today.
Okay, fine.
Let's ask a question. I'm going to take a question from Michelle. I think I know this answer. This is for Simon. Do you like to draw, or do you have any artistic talent that is not music related? And I think, I'll let Simon answer.
I think the answer to that question is yes. Yes. I love drawing. I really enjoy drawing little kind of sketches and cartoons, almost like caricatures. But I love to be able to. I like drawing. I can draw a little picture of myself in one single line. Well, with 2 dots for eyes, It doesn't look anything like me, but you sort of get the idea. Those kind of things. I'd be quite a good cartoonist, I think. I do lots of little drawings. When I sign autographs, I put a little drawing on those as well.
You always write a little cat face when you're sending me something.
Yeah, because and also when I write letters to other people and say please contact Caddy Krasner, I always draw a little cat face in between the Caddy and the Krasner, so they know it's Caddy, not Katy.
Yeah, they don't get it right always.
Because she, what she does? She spells it the same way as Katy. I mean, how confusing for people.
It's
ridiculous.
It's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Not her fault.
No, it's my parents' fault. We have a question.
They should have called you Katy rather than Caddy.
No, I like Caddy. They just should have maybe spelled it different.
Yeah.
Caddy, what I don't have. Oh my goodness! I'll apologize now that I don't have the name of the person who asked this question, but they're asking, and if you write in, I'll say your name next week. Caddy, what are your top 3 most frequently asked questions that you receive about the band, and what is the weirdest question you've been asked? And Simon, what question will you never answer if asked? I'm enjoying the show format of Whoosh on Spotify. Oh, that's cool. We started that a few weeks ago. Congratulations on the show's success. From whoever you are, let me know and I'll say your name next week.
Right in. Does want to remain anonymous?
No, I think I forgot to copy the whole question.
Oh,
as one does. So the most frequently asked question I'm still asked is how the band got their name, which I sort of think some people write in just to take the piss at this point. Or if Andy's coming back, or if Warren's coming back, or if there'll be
or if David Bowie's going to replace Simon.
Yeah, no, I never got that one. If Simon sits in the dark while we record a radio show.
I do.
I get,
I do. Oh, it's very nice here in London.
Yep. The weirdest question I've been asked There's a lot, so I couldn't pinpoint one, but there's many. I'm going to pay better attention to the weird questions, and I'll get back to you on that. And then, Simon, what question will you never answer if asked? And we all know
well,
that.
there's lots. There's quite a few.
Yeah.
But there's one that really springs directly to mind, and that is I get asked a lot the meaning of the lyric of the song "The Reflex," and I started off, I just thought, oh God, really, do I have to explain lyrics? And I thought, no, you don't have to explain anything. In fact, why would anybody ask you what any lyric means? So now, when anybody asks me about lyrics, especially the Reflex, I say that the lyric is there for you to interpret. It doesn't matter what I was thinking when I wrote it. What really counts is what you think of when you hear it. So
And
that actually is an answer.
That is an answer. But you do get that an awful lot. I will agree.
Yeah, I know, but it's just, I think that's become a bit of a sort of, people do it just to sort of try and be funny.
A thing. Do you want to tell us about the artist in this week's Hotspot?
Well, I think I want you to tell us about the artist, but I've got a bit of a Jones for this artist. This artist is called Nancy. Nancy, by the way, is a fella.
He's a fella. I like that he's a fella, and I want to pay him a compliment that his website is terrific. And since I pay attention to those things, believe it or not, I was very impressed by his website. It's sort of retro and cool and fun, and I didn't know exactly what to say about this song. It's called 7 Foot Tall Post-Suicidal Feel-Good Blues. That's the name. There'll be a quiz later. 7 Foot Tall Post-Suicidal Feel-Good Blues.
Feel-Good Blues. I heard it on another radio channel, and I was blown away by it. I loved the scope of it. It's got a kind of glam sort of feel to the beginning. It could be off a T-Rex album, I think.
I agree.
But it moves into a different place. It's a very interesting piece of music. I think it's very funny. There's definitely a big fat sense of humor behind this stuff. Anyway, let's check it out.
Let's do it.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Nancy with 7 Foot Tall, Post-Suicidal, Feel-Good Blues.
I used to think I was meant to be one of turnpike, riding on a wet night, 'neath the refinery's glow, out where the great black rivers flow. License registration, I ain't got none, but I got a clear conscience about the things that I've done. Mr. State Trooper, please don't stop me. Please don't stop me. Please don't stop me. Maybe you got a kid, maybe you got a pretty wife. The only thing that I got been bothering me my whole life. Mr. State Trooper, please don't stop me. Please don't stop me. Please don't stop me. In the wee hours, your mind gets hazy. Radio relay towers won't lead me to my baby. The radio's jammed up with talk show stations. It's just talk, 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 talk till you lose your patience. Mr. State Trooper, please don't stop me. Ain't somebody out there listen to my last prayer? High old silver road, deliver me from nowhere.
Yeah, not much can follow that.
No.
That is an extraordinary piece of music by Bruce Springsteen, the boss. I always thought that was a really mean kind of thing to call him, the boss.
Oh, why?
The boss, like who likes the boss, for God's sake. Anyway, that was State Trooper off the album Nebraska. I think that is one of Bruce's most incredible moments. The idea, there's very, very few pieces of music that can put you exactly there. And this one does. It puts you right there on the highway at night on your own with miles and miles and miles to drive and a police car following you. I think it's brilliant.
He recorded this song in one take on a 4-track tape deck and decided to keep it just as he recorded it because he didn't think he could make it better by doing it with the band. Yeah. And interestingly, this was featured in the closing credits of the first episode of The Sopranos. And of course, Stevie Van Zandt, who's his longtime guitar player in the E Street Band, played Silvio on that show. I guess I didn't know until last week that you were such a big Bruce fan and you kept your promise.
I'm a huge fan. He is such a gentleman. I look forward to meeting him again. Oh. We seem to run into each other. I run into him in LA. I run into him in New York City. He always recognizes and remembers who I am, which in itself is a massive compliment to me.
I'll say.
But he's a really good person.
Yes,
he's a really good man. There's a lot of good people, But in our business, there's quite a lot of people who are very sort of the goodness in them gets kind of masked by other kind of egotistical things. He's not like that. He's just straight and good, and he loves music, and he wants to help musicians. That's the other thing I got from him. Yeah. So anyway, Bruce, I'm sure you're not listening, but
You never know.
I love that song.
Have you ever seen him live?
Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
He's great, right?
I've seen him a couple of times actually. Yeah.
Yeah. He's super duper.
I mean, he does go on a bit. That's all I'd say.
Well, I was just
When he's live,
he plays a long time.
For me, short attention span.
Let's have a question, Shorty. Shorty. This is from Christina. Simon, other than random shirts, what's the weirdest thing that landed on stage or you've received from a fan over the years? Katy,
that's a good one.
Go.
I got a good answer for that.
Well, then she asked, what's the funniest thing a fan has given to me? So I'll let you know. It's not funny though. It was great. But Simon, you go.
Okay, no, I mean mine was a bit weird and scary actually.
Oh.
So I was standing on stage, and we'd sort of having things were thrown all the time, and I saw something come from the back of the auditorium, and it came arcing through the air and glinting as it turned in the air. I couldn't see. I thought it was a piece of jewelry. I thought, wow, that looks quite something good. And it came, and it was it was going to hit me in the face. And I just thought, no, I'll just let it go by. I don't want to. I'm on microphone, so I let it go by. I literally moved 2-3 inches to the side, and it went past the side of my head. And I thought, at the end of the song, I turned around to go and have a look and to find it. And there, stuck in the floor by the drum riser, was a folding hunting knife.
That's effed. Were you nervous?
No, I just picked it up and put it in my pocket. I still got it.
Oh.
Still got it. Yeah, I know. It was weird, eh? So
it's
what about you?
really weird. Well, one fan once sent me a Miami Vice board game. It was so nice. And I never opened it. It's actually, I have sort of like a kitsch corner in my basement. I have all my Funko. I have the Duran Duran Funko dolls. I have a Harry Styles, like little miniature doll. I have the NSYNC puppets. I have an NSYNC board game, a Miami Vice board game, and the Duran Duran Into the Arena board game, all on one shelf.
Right.
Fun.
Amazing.
Woo! Anyway, that was the best gift a fan ever gave me. It was very thoughtful. I don't remember who did it. I've never played the game, but I'm so happy to have it. Let's talk about let's move on to our next track. Moving right along.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
This is an artist named Chrissy Zebby Tembo.
Yeah.
It's also a man.
Yeah, Chrissy Zebby Tembo's a man. We're going to play the track "Born Black." This is quite an older piece of music, I believe.
Not that old. Not as old as Bruce's song. No,
2000. Oh, right, okay.
Well, I think it came out in 2012, and then came out again in 2017. But still, neither is that super old.
He's African. I think. Is he from Zambia?
Yeah, and he's part of the Zamrock scene.
Zamrock, that's it. Zamrocks. Okay. This is from the Zamrock album.
Yeah, and he was part of a big band he's the drummer of the Ngozi family, which is a pretty big rock band over there. And this is just an important record.
Ngozi.
Oh, Ngozi. This is an important record in the global rock canon, and we should listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. This is Whoosh, and you're going to listen to Chrissy Zebby Tembo and Born Black.
To be
the brain go away and hide. I saw a scene of a man in a photograph from a past that I did not like. When you sit down for the ride, trust the gods, it'll be alright. So I pulled fool's gold out of thinner air, and I thought it'd have to be alright. I saw the green grass over there, and I dreamed of a life where I shouldn't care, but I had to stop and make things right, like a soldier guarding through the night. While the others walked away down the road to see a better day, I turned my back, thought it over, and I wondered if I would live to see the light of day. Then a woman came and got my back. You don't see that all the time. I've seen some things in the course of life, and I know when it's just not right.
That was Shameless by Immigrant Union, which is the band of Dandy Warhol's drummer.
Brent
What's his name?
DeBoer.
That's the one.
You
know
are
me in
so
names.
right. When we were talking during the break, Simon said we had played them before, and I thought the name was familiar, but I couldn't find them. But I just did another search, and we played on episode 10 of Whoosh.
New Win, it was
New
called.
Win by Immigrant Union. You are the
Yeah.
smartest little thing. So
I love that piece of music. I think it's a great way to come out of something like Chrissy, Zebby, Tembo. There's a lovely twanginess about Immigrant Union that I particularly like.
I really like it too. They're an beloved Aussie outfit, alt
Yeah.
folk country with a healthy
Yeah.
dose of psych. And
Yeah.
Brent DeBoer, look at you, Brent DeBoer, making yourself all useful in yet another band. So are you watching this season of The Crown by any chance? Did we discuss that?
I haven't started yet. Everybody's been talking about it, and everybody's been going. I mean, I've got a friend who's going, "Oh my God, it's terrible what Charles did to Diana." You know, I said, "Well, hang on, this is drama. This is
Fiction,
not
yeah.
real life." And she, no, it must be true. It wouldn't. No, it must be true.
No.
And she was convinced that it was absolutely true.
Well, I think,
but I don't think. There may be
liberties.
maybe the kernel of truth in it, but it's been dramatized for dramatic effect. And now there's quite a big voice in this country saying that the producers and the writers of The Crown ought to come out and publicly state that this is a fictional representation of what happened and not what happened in real life. And I think that's true too, because there's a lot of people who are kind of getting a bad name who are still alive.
Do you think that the royal family watches it?
Yes.
I would if I was.
I would. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's about me, I'd be going, "Oh, it's rubbish. It's not true at all." I think
That's a good imitation.
I'm not sure. I mean, of me, yeah.
No, of a royal. So,
oh no, of a royal.
Well,
so but the thing is, I think it's got. I mean, I've seen series 1 and series 2, and I like them. It's really good drama, but and it is drama.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I'd like it if I was in the royal family. I think the Queen and Prince Philip probably don't watch it, but I bet they've got people who watch it for them.
Yeah, and give them like a recap.
And give them a recap and tell them what's going on. And then they go, "Bloody hell, this is terrible. Nothing like what happened in real life at all." Lizzie, what do you think?
You know
Well, Philip, I think that they're trying very hard and you shouldn't really... No, Daddy, it's just dreadful. And old Tosh.
You know what Brian said last week after he listened to Whoosh? He said that Simon is leaving so much money on the table by not doing voiceovers.
Well, get me a job, somebody.
You're so
get me a job.
Good. Who's listening that does animation or put this guy? Yeah. You are so good. This is what I want to say about The Crown. I never watched it, and I remember you, John, and Nick all had it on your top list for 2018. I still didn't watch it, but I am on episode 3 or 4 of this season because I wanted to watch it because I remember Diana and the excitement. Yeah. I do think it's totally drama. It made Diana look like an orphan, like she doesn't have one family member,
one friend.
She sits
one
alone,
family member or one friend,
all the time. But I will take one bit of umbrage in what your friend said. I think that Philip is the villain in this, not Charles, because I think Charles thought that Diana understood what their agreement would be, and his daddy made him marry her. But whatever, we weren't there. Who knows? It's a drama.
We know nothing, and I won't hear a bad word said against Prince Philip.
Really? Why is that?
He's my absolute favorite.
Why?
Royal. I love the Queen. But I mean, she's our queen. We love her. I mean, we grew up with this love inside of us, that we are instilled from an early age, and you can't help it. We just love her.
Okay.
And you try and take the piss, but it just comes out all wrong.
Okay.
So no, we do. We have an actual love that we grew up with. Well, I know I did. But Philip is different.
Philip.
He's so funny. He absolutely, some of the things he's come out with just have me crying with laughter. He's very, very entertaining. He definitely earns his money. He makes us laugh.
Is he
so
meant
much.
to be funny, or is he sort of gaff prone?
Well, I think he's got a really wicked sense of humor. Yes, I mean, they did one of those great big sort of welcomes when he was out doing one of his Commonwealth. They do their Commonwealth trips, and they go to these countries like Tonga.
Yeah.
And these people came out and they all they were dressed in grass skirts and waving weapons and things. And after he said, Are you chaps still chucking spears at each other? He says things like that. He's so politically incorrect. It just makes me laugh.
Bless. He's also.
I love him.
He's like
great.
100.
He's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And long may he continue.
May he reign,
Yeah.
or whatever he does. He doesn't really reign. You know who we have to wish a happy birthday to? I have a lovely friend here locally. Her name is Emily Venugopal. I might have mentioned her before. She listens to
Emily Venugopal.
Yeah, Gopal. She listens to every episode of Whoosh. She's from is she from Oxford? Shoot, where is she from?
Emily Venugopal.
But that's
that
her.
Sounds like that's an Indian name, isn't it?
Her husband Prev is Indian, but her you know what her maiden name is?
What is it?
Grubb. Wouldn't you have changed?
Emily Grubb.
Yeah.
Emily Grubb. I would definitely pick Venugopal.
Me too.
Over Grubb.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I want to wish.
Anyway, Emily, how are you? We've been talking about you.
We have.
Hope you're having a nice time.
They've seen her and her husband have seen the band several times, and hopefully
Cool.
I'll come with her or she'll come with me to one show. She's one of my dearest friends in Pelham, New York. Anyway, I got sad news, man.
Oh, what's happened?
The episode's over.
Oh no, what? Yeah.
But we have an
Okay.
extra
There's
song this week.
Well, we did have an extra song. We put an extra song in, and now we're going to play out with 2 songs. The bonus track tonight is from Nancy, featuring the Mysterious Visions. It's called "Call Me on Your Telephone." It's an earlier track. It's some people prefer it to the one that we put in the middle of the show.
That would be me.
But that. I think Nancy's gonna go far, I really do. And before that, we're gonna play a track by Mereba. Now Mereba is quite a successful artist in her own right and doesn't really need help, but I think there's something very grand and epic sounding about this track, and I think it's a good one to go out on. So we're going to leave you with Black Truck by Mereba. So thank you for listening to Whoosh. We hope we've hooked you, and we're going to get you next week. Love from me and
from me.
Yeah, we loves ya. Whoosh.
I've been through the fire. I felt embers down my spine. And I said, world, would you please have some mercy on me? Or could you please lift the curse that's on me? I said, you always did, like it the hard way since you was a kid. Look at the scars on your legs. You keep choosing the wild road. Oh, I'm not sorry. Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. No, I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry. Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. No, I'ma push me a all black truck. No, I'ma push me a all black truck. I'ma push me a mat up. I've been through the storm. I've heard thunder in my heart. And I've said, world, would you please shine a light upon me? Or would you show me a sign you love me? I said, you always did, like it the hard way since you was a kid. not sorry. Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry. Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a all black truck. I'ma push me a all black truck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. Now I'ma push me a matte all black truck.
Easy come, easy go, you say goodbye, I say hello. Bonjour, salut, merci, c'est bon. Just call me on your telephone.
Talking tongues. Sleepy good.